What comes from the heart reaches the heart. Good morning, Open Heart, and welcome to our Heartstream Live for this Sunday, October the 24th, 2021. I'm so glad that you have joined us for this morning's Heartstream. Thank you for all that you do to make this possible. Thank you for helping us to continue to get the energy and the message of Open Heart out. Everything that you do to make it possible, those of you that submit affirmative readings and your singing and the music and all the contributions that you make that make this possible. Let us take a moment and turn within. Knowing that God is all there is and giving thanks for this day, I'm grateful and thankful for all that continues to flow in the most perfect way. Recognizing and realizing that this morning in this Heartstream, that there is something for everyone, no matter what person might have tuned in for and what other place they might be in, that in this moment, questions are answered, people are comforted, people are reassured. There's inspiration and motivation here. There are opportunities for reflection and for deeper thought in all that is taking place here. There are sparks of creativity and the catalyst for doing more that happens as this time together unfolds. I know that in all that happens here, it's all within the mind of God, and the flow of the universe provides us with all that is needed in this moment. I take the opportunity to remember those who are on our prayer list and continue to lift each and every one of them in whatever situation or circumstance, knowing again that God is, and God continues to move in and through and as each and every person, remembering the leaders in our world, remembering those who are a part of all that is happening here and now, showing in this moment, remembering who we are, and that coming forth in everything that we do. And with joy and gratitude, knowing that this Heartstream Live is a powerful moment, I release my word into the creative medium, and I know that my word goes forth and accomplishes that I send it to. It doesn't come back to me void, but all is well, and so it is. And as always, I greet you, I bless you, I see God in you. Our purpose statement. Our purpose is to create a spiritual community which recognizes that there is one presence and one power in the universe, God. Daily, we actively practice this spiritual truth. We open our heart space to each person to acknowledge one another as expressions of God. It is in each other that we see God.
That's what I get more of.
that sweet release of peace. I start my day with peace. When I start my day with peace, I feel that sweet release of peace. Peace, peace, peace. Peace, peace, peace. Peace, peace, peace. Peace, peace, peace. I start my day with joy. When I start my day with joy, everything I do is infused with joy. I start my day with joy. When I start my day with joy, everything I do is infused with joy. Joy, joy, joy. Joy, joy, joy. Joy, joy, joy. Joy, joy. I start my day with love. I start my day with peace. I start my day with joy, and I feel that sweet release. I start my day with love. I start my day with peace. I start my day with joy, and I feel that sweet release. I start my day with love. I start my day with peace. I start my day with joy, and I feel that sweet release. I start my day with love. I start my day with peace. I start my day with joy, and I feel that sweet release. I start my day with love, and I get more love. Give peace, and I get more peace. Give joy, and I get more joy. Sweet release. I start my day with love, and I get more love. Give peace, and I get more peace. Give joy, and I get more joy. Sweet release. Give love, and I get more love. Give peace, and I get more peace. Give joy, and I get more joy. Sweet release. Give love, and I get more love. Give peace, and I get more peace. Give joy, and I get more joy. Sweet release. Yes. Yes.
Our theme for the month of October is Partnership with the Divine. And our daily affirmation, today I am willing to receive divine direction. I set my intention to be open to guidance. I open the door of my consciousness and permit it to enter. And so it is.
Good morning, Open Heart. I am Aisha Battle, and I will be doing an affirmative reading entitled God Said No. I asked God to take away my habit. God said no. It is not for me to take away, but for you to give it up. I asked God to make my handicapped child whole. God said no. His spirit is whole. His body is only temporary. I asked God to give me patience. God said no. Patience is a byproduct of tribulations. It isn't granted, it is learned. I asked happiness. God said no. I give you blessings. Happiness is up to you. I asked God to spare me pain. God said no. Suffering draws you apart from worldly cares and brings you closer to me. I asked God to make my spirit grow. God said, no, you must grow on your own, but I will prune you to make you fruitful. I asked God for all things that I might enjoy life. God said, no, I will give you life so that you may enjoy all things. I asked God to help me love others as much as He loves me. God said, finally, you have the idea. This day is yours. Don't throw it away. may God bless you.
Good morning. These are your announcements. Breast Cancer Awareness Month comes around every October, and thousands of events take place nationwide in support and in honor of those who have survived or who have lost their battle to breast cancer. Open Heart continues to hold a space for those affected by breast cancer. Please talk with your local healthcare provider about the early detection of breast cancer. This month is also Domestic Violence Awareness Month. You see the statistics here. 1 in 3 women and 1 in 4 men have been victims of violence by an intimate partner within their lifetime. 1 in 4 women and 1 in 7 men have been victims of severe physical violence by an intimate partner in their lifetime. We send all of those experiencing relationship violence love, light, and support. If you need help, please call the National Domestic Violence Hotline at 1-800-799-7233 or visit their website at ndvh.org. Hey you. Yes, you. Do you love to sing? Well, our Voices from the Heart musical group is looking for you. It's your opportunity to join us in the music that we provide each week through your voice, through your love of singing. If you're interested, please contact me so that we can make you a part of this wonderful group and the wonderful music that we provide each and every week.
Today is a day like no other day. Just think and you'll know that it's true. Days like today should be holidays. So I'm singing this message to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Just have a happy day.
At Open Heart, we believe in the power of affirmative prayer. We're setting the mental equivalent for healing, comfort, strength, and wholeness for all these persons you see on our list and everyone else. We're holding this space for knowing that whatever you need is already done in the mind of God. There is nothing missing for you, nothing that is undone, nothing that is lacking. That in the mind of God, it's already done for you. And it's by being open, available, and accepting that you know the truth, that you know all that is needed to know and experience all that you need to experience and feel and see come forth and be demonstrated in your life in this moment. We hold the space for you and we know the truth for you in all places. Thank you, Aisha, for today's affirmative reading. And you too can send one in, jgilmore at openheartspiritual.org. I look forward to your submission. Our daily affirmative prayer call takes place each and every morning at 8 a.m. Central Time. Dial in as one of our prayer team members shares an inspirational reading and then prays for you, all in about 7 minutes. Divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive, and I am richly blessed, creating a greater and greater flow. Thank you for all of the support that you provide for us through your conscious giving. You can do so through a number of methods. We have our Cash App. You can use our cash tag OHSC901 to donate. You can also go online to our website at ohsc901.com and make your contribution there. Or you can do the text to give by texting the word give to 615 422-4292. Thank you for all of the ways in which you support Open Heart. Thank you for your financial gifts. And now as we take this time to center, and our theme for this centering moment is the fact that we are in partnership with the divine, that we are directed and guided in everything that we do, knowing this spirit continues to operate and is available and open to us as we become open to it and acknowledge it in all that we do. Taking a moment to breathe in, recognizing our breath centers us, and that in the chaos and swirl of activity and events of our day, that whenever we feel overwhelmed, whenever we feel like that there's so much that is just crushing in on us or pressing in on us, that it's just simply taking the breath, releasing the breath, and continuing to do it for as much as we need to. That brings us back to center, that brings us back to focus, that helps us to remember this partnership, that helps us to know that we are not separated from God, that God is not out there somewhere, but that deep inside, God expresses as us, and all is well.
Good morning, Open Heart, and happy Sunday. It is wonderful to be here with all of you today on this fourth Sunday, and we are talking about partnership with divine. That is our theme this month, and my title today is Partnership with the Divine 101. I had thought about making my title like, how does it look like? Or how do you do it? In reference to partnership with the divine. I think it is such an important concept and actually an important practice. But how do we do it? And what does it look like? What does it mean to be in partnership? So is it something like this where it's about collaboration and performance, and then we got to have a plan and do some teamwork, and there's got to be synergy and then success and then win-win for us all? Or maybe it's actually the 12 types of partners. I think the next question would be, what do I mean? What do you mean? What is meant by the word divine? Is it this? God at his computer, and I love the far side. That here is this old white man in the sky sitting at his computer, his desktop, and some poor goober is walking underneath the piano, and it's his day to be smited or smoted. And so God is ready to push the button for smite, and piano will fall on him, and that will be the end of his days. Or say, no, Villa, we have a more enlightened and evolved version and view of God, and that's true. Have a concept of here's God with the GPS, and it says God is everywhere. And so the understanding that the divine, that energy of eternity, is everywhere. But the question is then, how do I become in partnership with something so majestic, so powerful, so wonderful? So of course the answer that we'll come to at the end is that to remember that it's not outside of me, it is within. Because if God is everywhere, that means that God is right here as well. I think another simple way to get a grasp on what does it mean to be in partnership with the divine is a step outside of Christianity, because Christianity, Judaism, and Islam, the religions of the West, are very patriarchal. That means they got a man God and they got men running the show for the most part. And so partnership with the divine has all sorts of problems, because here in the U.S., we can't get the man-woman stuff together. And so we don't know how to be partners. And we're U.S. is all about, Western world is all about power over. And so again, there's some very strange concepts. But if we step out of Christianity and go to religions that are older than Christianity, that predate Christianity, that go to a more natural rhythmic way of religion, it's matriarchal versus patriarchal, we then have a capacity or some signs of how to be in partnership with the divine in a way that is a bit easier to do than in the Western world. So the first way to look at that is the Shiva Shakti concept. And here is Lord Shiva from Hinduism and his counterpart, the Shakti, represented as one entity, one being, one energetic movement, motion, way of being. And you can see it more clearly here in this beautiful image. This imagery presenting the Shiva Shakti, this divine synergy, this divine partnership, this divine connection, crossover, working together, that there is a beauty in each one, but together there is a power and a beauty that is transcendent, elemental, natural, and gorgeous. Very similar concept coming from the motherland. And so the Orishas in Africa. So you will have Olokun, who is the divine masculine energy that's the bottom of the ocean. And then you have Yamoja, who is the divine feminine energy that is at the top of the ocean. So Olokun is at the bottom of the ocean, bringing up all the depths, all the prizes and all the treasures. So even within us, that power of Olokun, bringing up deep, from deep within, the treasures, the truth of our life. And then Yamoja, bringing those things to the surface, that we might enjoy them, that we might live with them, that we might be them. And so again, this divine masculine at the bottom of the ocean, this divine feminine at the top of the ocean, creating one magical and powerful entity that feeds this world and keeps this world alive. Now, we have also seen this image before, represented from Chinese and Japanese religious narratives or spirituality. We've seen it as the yin and yang. Again, what appears to be opposites together create a magical and beautiful entity, possibilities, and potentialities. We've seen it in this way as well. You say, well, why do you got the Star of David up there? Well, it is the Star of David today. But long before that, it was called the Seal of Solomon. And Solomon, King Solomon, of course, David's son, used it in magical ways. And what is the magic here? Because if you look at it, it's triangles and different angles interacting, but the two main triangles represent the synergy and the partnership of divine ideas and possibilities. The downward triangle representing the divine feminine, the upward triangle representing the divine masculine, the downward triangle representing earth, upward triangle representing air, downward triangle representing water, upward triangle representing fire, and all these things that appear to be opposites together in partnership create a divinity and an energy that is eternal and transforms the world and those who come in contact with them. And these are the concepts of partnership with the divine that have inspired me and that I am looking forward to using them to help me continue on this path. And I'm inviting you on this path as well. So what is partnership with the divine? Well, I want to say that it is in many ways there's an invitation. You go to the text of Judaism, Isaiah 1:18. The first part of that verse says, "Come now, and let us reason together." The invitation from the divine is come. You are welcome. Let us reason together. And I was looking at this part, I was giggling to myself. I shared this story with John. As many of you know, I work at Baptist DeSoto, and I'm a non-clinical person. You do not want me as your nurse or in your room when you need a nurse. But I'm one of the best admins on this planet. And so I am the admin, the secretary for the director of the CV service line, the cardiovascular service line. And so everyone, I'm on the nursing side of the hospital. And so everyone there wears scrubs. And so I wanted to wear some scrubs. But because I was non-clinical, I wasn't sure if I could. And so I called Gail and asked her about it. She said, check with HR. And HR is like, well, we really like the secretaries to wear street clothes, but you can. And then I realized that I have worked as a secretary on the units. And of course, they wear scrubs because they're on the actual hospital unit. So I went to another secretary, Melanie's, and her and I put together this whole presentation. I went to my boss. I'm like, Cheryl, I want to talk to you about something. I put this whole presentation together about why I should be able to wear scrubs. And at the end, she said, Miss V, because that's what she calls me, and now that's what everyone there calls me. She said, Miss V, what are you asking me? I said, well, Cheryl, I want to know if I can wear some scrubs. She's like, Miss V, I don't care what you wear to work. And I just sort of had to giggle to myself after going through this whole presentation. She didn't care because she wanted the gifts that I bring, the personality that I bring sometimes, and how I take care of her units. That's what she wants me to bring to work. And if I come wearing scrubs or I come wearing a suit, it's all well. And that's that invitation from the divine. Come, let us reason together. Bring who you are and meet me where you're at. So again, part of the concept is, well, can I just show up at God's house? Right? That again, we know that God's not outside of us, but as I go within to meet God, am I going to be accepted? Because again, there's still a lot of that old Christianity concept in our mind. But the second half of this verse says, though your skins are like scarlet, they shall be white as snow. They may be red like crimson, but they are now as wool and white as pure. And I see the metaphysical representation or translation of this verse saying that what you bring to me, that you won't come to God and be like, look, I don't know how we can work together because I got this. And God says, I don't see any of that. I see beauty and I see wholeness. I see light. And so when we come to God, come to that divine at the table of the sacred temple within, the invitation is there and we are accepted 100%. See, now, are you sure, Villa? I'm sure. Let's go to the Song of Songs, verse 7. You are altogether beautiful, my darling, beautiful in every way. That the divine within us knows this truth, that as we turn within and touch the true identity of ourselves, partnering with that holiness and sacredness that was us before we stepped into this, that we are beautiful and altogether lovely. And that partnership with the divine is recognizing that the divine was there all along, always within us, always welcoming, always reaching out, and we just had to say yes. Partnership with the divine begins with knowing there is an open invitation and a place at the table. We are welcome at this sacred space, that sacred and secret place of the Most High, and that we partner with the divine when we see ourselves as the goddess sees us, holy, sacred, beautiful, white as snow, meaning pure. And that when we go within, in our meditation, in our prayer, and whatever other sacred tools you use to connect with the divine, when you enter into that space, knowing that you are welcomed, whole, and perfect, it creates a partnership that is inspirational, motivational, and will transform you and I and this world. Blessings, beloved.
There was a time in my life, thought I had to do it all for myself. Didn't know the grace of God was sufficient. I didn't know the love of God was at hand. But now I can say, if you are discouraged, struggling just to make it through another day, gotta let it go. Gotta let it all go. Are you listening? You got to let it all go. And this is what you have to say. I release and I let go. Let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Oh, I release and I let go. Let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Oh, I release and I let go. Let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Oh, I am free in the Spirit. Do you want to be free? Then let me hear you say yes. Yes, I'm only here for God. I know.
Where I am, God is. Where I stand, God is standing strong. Where I breathe, God is breathing life in and out and through me. Ask me where I sing, God is. Where I dance, joy lives at my feet. Where I live, beauty's flowing free, in and out and through me. As me, for where I doubt, God is the faith in me. Where I cry, God is the comfort there. Where I seek, God is the answer. Here and now, forever and ever and ever. Where I speak, truth is. Where I work, love is my career. And where I play, God is playing boldly, in and out and through me. As me Do-do-do. Oh, hey, yeah. Where I am, where I stand, whether I play, where I work and breathe and move and feel, where I sing, where I dance, my dance, wherever I go, where I pray and take and give and leave. God is, life is, joy